Bad Guys 2 is now
the Bad
out.
Girls?
It's now Bad Guys and Girls. That's the movie. As a market,
The third one is gonna be Bad Non-Binary.
Bad Them.
The bad the bad them. The bad they them. It's gonna be a slash. The bad they them.
As an avid DreamWorks fan, you know this. And I already gave my thoughts to you guys over Messenger. I was super hyped about this, the same way that you were for Naked Gun, in a way, or intrigued by it. I was like super hyped for this because I
didn't know Naked Gun existed until I saw the teaser, and I was like, "This is fucking funny."
Like, what the fuck is going on here? But for Bad Guys 2, it's like, okay, like whatever you think about the original, what I was hoping for was, I want to see DreamWorks continue to expand on itself and grow in a way that is positive. I want to see these brands develop. The same way that we saw, obviously, in the 2000s. You had Shrek, you had then Madagascar, later on you had Kung Fu Panda, and you had just franchises that would become staples. And Bad Guys was a great first movie. It was a good first step into something that could build into something better. I thought the cast was great and fun.
You didn't mention Turbo. Turbo's a fucking franchise now.
That news was very unfortunate.
Where's my home to DreamWorks, huh?
You keep talking and it's going to be real, unfortunately. But I think just going straight out and talking about this movie, I'd say this is personally, it's an extremely fun sequel. It progresses the core characters. It brings out, by the way, more expressiveness and detail from the animation and the expressiveness and the detail and all that. It improves on its predecessor. You still get that excellent directing. You get great action sequences. You get really good pacing where the movie really just moves itself through well. I think even better than the original movie. I think it handles, it handles the ensemble cast. It gives them a fair amount of time, I think, fairly well. At least our core ensemble. It still does the good job of balancing everything, like the comedic and the heartfelt and the serious. However, it really falters at making a good antagonist. And
big butts.
Yes,
Big
big butts.
That's the funniest part of that fucking Shark Tale. Hey boss, yes. It's the most memorable. Hey boss, big butts.
Big butts.
There's
a lot for
big butts.
There's a lot of Shark Tale we could bring up, but I think that's its only flaw.
Fuck Shark Tale.
Eventually we will do a. Well, I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm jumping out the window. Fucking you and Buddy Austin can fucking take care of that.
Yeah, but I thought generally I think it's a great movie for me, but it really what makes it from great to amazing is that the villain is not given, it's not cooked well enough. There's something missing here. And, that's my only issue with this movie. Because I love everything else about it. What do you think, Mark?
I think it's way better than the first one. Because I wasn't, blown away. I enjoyed the first one. I wasn't blown away by it. But, I love the new type of, art style I was going for. Because it was definitely, kind of going Spider-Verse-ish. But, it still had its own, thing to it. It's hard to describe, but it was definitely it was definitely inspired after what Spider-Verse was doing.
Right. Well, that was the cool thing about that year of DreamWorks 2022 was you saw that with Puss in Boots and Bad Guys. It was they're really trying here. Yeah. It's not just a soft attempt.
I only bring up Spider-Verse because this came out before the Puss in Boots later in that same year.
Right.
But the thing about the first movie is the fun, fancy, the animation style exceeds during its action moments, and the first movie didn't have that many. The one that sticks out to me in the first movie was the intro sequence, the intro chase sequence, and that was really good. There's a few other sequences, a couple sequences within the movie that
especially the end, same thing.
Yeah, that kind of hits the high, but for some the intro sequence is definitely the most memorable. This second movie, first of all, the same thing, kind of a very high energy intro sequence.
Yep.
But most of this movie is very high energy with with their like fun animation, and like
the chemistry,
like cartoony physics for the action. Like the most memorable scene where they say "fuck the rules," where I'm just like, okay, you get a pass for that because that was so fucking cool. Is when they're fucking crawling up the spaceship, and I'm just the whole time like, how the fuck? What the that doesn't fly biologically, but like they're fucking the way they're smoothing is so fucking cool. And then like how they're gonna fake and make to the last shuttle, and they fucking walk onto the fucking debris. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool. That's cool. That's like video game shit.
Yes,
that's
that
cool
whole
shit.
sequence. That whole sequence was fucking amazing. Where it's like it starts off out of ridiculousness because the fucking commissioner is in a they're in a helicopter.
They drop them off in a helicopter.
But like, just the idea is fucking hilarious. That a helicopter's keeping up with a fucking rocket. They fly out. They barely make it, and then they're climb sprinting. Then they have to fucking jump, and then they're catching the next one. Jump. It was almost as exciting as Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning with the train.
I want Mission Impossible to be that fucking loony.
Yeah.
I wish the last
Tom
one
Cruise was almost there. You know he was almost there.
It needed more of that. It needed more of that.
He was like, I am animated. I can do it.
Dead Reckoning Part 2 was like they got the dead part correct, but like I don't know, they didn't have much reckoning.
No. But yeah, I thought this movie fucking awesome. Again, the action sequences.
Oh yeah, more like the best action scene for me in this movie was the fucking wrestling scene.
Oh, that was fun, wasn't it?
They're like they were very creative, and it's like an animation series an online animation series I like that has creativity with its action is like called Death Battle, and like. You seen Death Battle before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like a couple of those videos have like really creative animation for whatever those characters they use, and it's like, I mean it didn't have the complete vibes. I was kind of not vibes, but like I was getting what I was getting the joy I getting out of those videos where it's like it's creative with its action, and like what I like about that scene is like they're doing creative shit with like the action, and it was creative and cool looking because like the animation of this movie is just satisfying.
Yes.
It's like I love when the pig luchador just like fucking like
goes up,
drop,
and then
it just like superhero lands on the fucking stadium.
Yes.
And the stadium just like fucking folds in and it catapults like the everybody on the stadium in the middle.
Yes.
And then there's a crowd shot where the crowd becomes a fucking tsunami wave. And then the fucking police officer, the commissioner, wakes up in an outhouse and she starts like grabbing people through that wave. This is like fucking this has got to be like fucking complicated animation to like fucking structure. My dog's scratching itself here. But like this got to be like fucking complicated animation to structure. Cause like and fucking grabbing people and like running in front of the fucking crowds running through, and there's like car chase and shit. It's an amazing sequence.
Yes. 1,000%.
The thing about like this movie doesn't excel in like written humor. Like the visual humor is really good. There's a lot of charm to it. Written humor, there's not any jokes that make me cringe or faceplant. It's just more of like they don't hit a loud laugh out of me. But like a lot of the visual humor is really nice, is really good. But like it's more of for what I get out of this movie more is like the satisfying animation. I think in the creativity of what they do with the action sequences.
I thought absolutely the animation is like this is it continues to build on a year that has an amazing selection of best animated features. And we're only 60% of the way through the year.
How much competition is this year alone?
I mean, you got Neza 2. You've got this movie. I think Dogman now slides out of that. But I think we talked about what was K-pop Demon Hunter. And there's another one too. I can't think of. There's another one. Not Elio. Definitely not.
Dear blew up Looney Tunes.
That too. There we go. So it's like. So
I mean, it doesn't make the top 3 for me, but like it's.
What this?
Yeah.
Really? I just think
I got some easy answers for that.
I think in animation.
I got an easy top 3 right now for animated feature. Fucking K-pop Demon Hunters.
Right.
Day of the Earth. Okay, sorry.
Day of the Earth Blew Up.
Day of the Earth Blew Up is number 3. K-pop Demon Hunters number 2.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. No. Sorry. Let me. I'm just like now. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Day of the Earth Blew Up is number 3.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking Wallace and Gromit is number 2, and K-pop Demon Hunters.
So that came out in December theatrically.
Came out this year for us.
Yes.
A lot of movies come out like fucking early for fucking festivals and shit.
I know, but Robot Dreams was considered for the year before's Oscars, if you remember, and because it came out.
It was international. It's weird where that comes out.
Right.
But I mean,
I'm saying same thing for. I think same thing for that there.
But we couldn't count last because we didn't fucking see it.
That's true. Oh, you're talking about our ScreenBlast awards. Yeah.
I mean, well, I'm talking about. I can just say Republic because keep in mind, Day of the Earth Blew Up came out last year too.
That's
for festivals.
That's true.
A lot of movies come out like early years.
I'm just telling you the stat. I don't come at me. I'm just telling you the stat. Again, but I'm with you. Like, I think again, this is a great race. I love this year so far. And a lot of it is not based.
The only I think the only bad anime movie this year was Smurfs.
Yes, because Dogman.
Actually, I'm gonna say as
no,
far as we
didn't see Sneaks and we didn't see King of Kings.
We missed those movies.
We didn't see it.
Well, there was some movie poster I saw for fucking pets on a train or some shit.
That still is gonna come out. Again, I still have hope for that movie.
Huh?
I have hope for that movie.
I haven't seen a trailer for that.
Every time I've listened to our reviews, and this movie has come up now 3 separate times, including this, and every time
I haven't seen a single trailer for it.
I know. Yes.
There's also another fucking movie with it's like, I think probably maybe the same people like fucking these rats and these mouses in race cars. I don't know, maybe that's more your style.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I'll show you. Okay, so you don't know what I'm talking about. Like if you haven't, I guess you skipped that. I guess you missed that trailer.
Unless it literally blanked out of my brain entirely.
Okay, let's just agree that fucking Gabby's Dream House is the best movie of the year.
It's not a live action CGI thing.
It's possibly mostly animated. I only saw a trailer.
But it's probably gonna get the Lego Movie treatment.
I mean, the Smurfs got some animation. It got some live action in it.
Anyway, I want to jump back to the good movie we're talking about here.
Oh.
I think one of the cool things about Bad Guys 2 that's so awesome that I love so much is, and it's why, again, with DreamWorks I will continue to say, and I said this immediately after I put my thoughts out on Messenger, it was like, DreamWorks, not only am I a fan, but like, they are, again, the cool uncle of the family feature film industry. Like, they are honest, they are crude, but they're fun.
I like when you spoke. I like the little bit.
I'll talk about the one mistake. I'll talk about that later. But like, for instance, like I like the story where we see them in this situation that's super relatable, where they're all trying to find jobs, and whether it's because they're trying to turn a new leaf and everyone sees them differently, that you can be relatable to that, or it's because fucking people don't want to hire you. And the feeling that you get is that they're just shredding your application, and you literally see that happen, or you just want to be honest in your interview, and they tell like the Spider, and they just say, yeah, we don't want to hear your fucking honesty.
I like that idea. I
love this because it's ground level.
I like when like cartoony as fuck worlds do have like grounded aspects to their story. Fucking Gumball does it all the fucking time wonderfully. And it's like, the first movie comes at a good end where like, yeah, they decide to be good. What happens after that? The reality is, if you're a criminal that's like trying to turn over a new leaf, those crimes don't fucking go away.
Right.
You still did them. If I was like, in charge of 9/11, but like God. I donate to like several. This
is going up days before September 11th, and
anniversary. But like, and I fucking donate to like several charities. No one's gonna give a fuck. I still did 9/11.
Well, yeah, I think that's like
they're not gonna trust me to go in any tower.
Well, no, I think that's the place you don't give away the toys or whatever. You don't give away any gifts in another World Trade Center. You kind of stay away from any building. You go to a field.
But yeah, these guys are fucking terrorists technically. Yeah, they're not technically. They're terrorists.
They are in a way they're having fun with their destruction. It's very much like Grand Theft Auto. They're like Saints Row in a way, where it's like they are just causing chaos, and you don't want that in your business. But also, when they're trying to turn a new leaf, it's like they don't really care what you say at all. even though you've clearly done the homework and you've done the work to try and turn yourself around, and I really do like that. There's a moment where they're in that broken down car, by the way, and I thought, man, that's such an honest vibe. Where like, you know, they're all talking to each other in this broken down car, and it's like, you know, man, but we'll get this shit together. Or like they're sitting in their base or whatever, and same thing. They're sitting there, and it's like, how'd your interview go? Ah, fuck. How did it? Yeah, went fucking. And then there's always one guy that's got his shit together and got 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever, and it's just vibing. Fucking Snake. You know, it's like, that just happens. That just happens. Like, this feels very mature. Like, not like mature in a bad, like, mature almost in the way that we see anime already. Like, you know, because family storylines and family feature films in America tend to do this, or have tended to do this backup approach. You know, it's like, no, let's go a little further, and I like that a lot.
Fucking ice cream truck in the middle of recording, goddamn.
Yeah, it's fine. I will say
some background music.
Yeah, I will say shout out, and I would be remiss to not mention this. Please keep going.
Leaving this in.
Yeah, he's not going in. He's still there. He's not moving. I really fucking hate this.
I say like cut some of this out, but like leave this in when we're like waiting and talking a little bit, and then cut right back.
This should be like this should be like you said the loading screen. This should be the loading screen if we ever do a fucking.
Or you can just put this in after the review.
Yeah. Go.
We got DoorDash now. Why the fuck is it still there? This service should be obsolete. Who the fuck wants ice cream from a fucking dirty ass truck?
That is the big question. Who the fuck wants to go to a dirty truck for some dairy product? But I would be remiss to not mention, of course, that again, going back to the cool uncle thing. It's like, bro, you let the fucking you let the ship happen. The ship has sailed. I love that for our characters. It's like, you know that Zootopia is never going to do that. You know that very few are going to do that. Even fucking Spider-Verse didn't let it really happen in the second movie. They just kind of rung it along, let it continue tease, not real tease. It's like, this movie, fuck it. Let's have them have a moment. Fuck it. That's cool. I love that. Because, I mean, they're adults. These are adults. They're human. Like, go for it. And I'm glad that happened. So, good for Diane and the wolf there. And good for the fans like me that were like bad guys and was like, this chemistry is awesome between them.
I want to see them have sex.
I will say, again, I like the use of Marmalade, by the way, from the first movie. They use him as, again, he's a mad scientist. He knows the stuff. Just like Naked Gun, by the way, the plot device in this movie is also called a joke. It's MacGuffinite, which is fucking cool. Like, I love that. So, again, funny that they came out same weekend. I do think there's again, just discussing the tweaks here. I think the gravity and the weight of like the world's perspective on the bad guys was so heavy in the original movie, and it feels like it's a lot lighter in this movie. Like, we get in the beginning the job thing, but I feel like they wanted to progress past that point. So like when the cops are after them, at the ring, it's kind of zoomed by. Like,
that's because the stakes is present throughout the whole movie. The first movie was just about an internal conflict where they are trying to get out of like going to jail because they got caught because of faulty grappling hook.
Right.
And they're trying to figure out how to be good. And then by the third movie, like the actual plot comes in where Mr. Marmalade is gets a guinea pigs, and then he just like goes crazy from there. In this movie, the main villain, the main plot is the main conflict is more present throughout the entire movie. That's why the stakes feel higher, and it's telling you ahead of time where it's leading up to, because they tell you ahead of time they're trying to get to that fucking rocket.
Yes, straight.
And they're building up throughout the whole movie. The last movie, it's about the bad guys, but then third act, they're throwing the guinea pigs.
Right, twist ending, in a way.
Yep, that was supposed to be the twist, because what I didn't like is like it was revealed that Marmalade was the old lady, and it's like, no, you didn't have to. It could have been an old lady that was just nice.
Yes.
And it would have meant more too.
1,000%.
It was just a nice old lady that made him so special.
Right. I thought talking about the villain, I thought Kitty, my sister brought this up coming out of the theater because we started talking about this, and it was like, I don't like the way that the trio broke off so quickly. Again, I think there's an issue with just kind of quickly, they didn't give enough time to cook with this. Like, you compare, if you're going to do a trio, make them, again, if they're going to be the bad girls, if the bad guys are this group that kind of band together, all that, hold it down, you got to make the bad girls, which they used in the marketing, but they didn't really in the movie. It's like, they should have been a true team, and we don't really get any time to see them as a true team. We see them interacting when Snake is going on a quote unquote date with the bird, but we don't get any time where they're really a core trio, so we don't really get to see them at their maximum without the bad guys involved, which I think is really unfortunate because there's a claim out there that it's not them, that they're making moves, that they're relying on skills that the bad guys have used previously. But again, we're not seeing really how good they are on their own, especially if they're threatening the bad guys in this way.
The movie's telling us they're giving the original bad guys a run for their money. They're going about these heists a lot slicker and a lot smoother than they were previously.
But instead, it's like, but we're not given that. We're told that, but we're not shown that. And I think that's a real detriment to how good this villain could be. And again, once you break off the three, that's really a problem. And again, Kitty, if you're going to break off the three, then the main character, Kitty, should have clearly gotten a little more... should have gotten more time, in fact. I'm talking as much... This didn't even have as much time as Zen in Kung Fu Panda 4 type of missing development. That's a problem. Where she's saying these things, but we don't get those things. And I think, again, what if the best DreamWorks movies have amazing villains, and just movies in general have great antagonists. I think if you compare this, obviously, to someone like Tai Lung, who's, chasing the same thing as Poe is, or not chasing the same thing that Poe is, but he thinks it's rightfully is, and it's all that. It's you can feel the anger. You can feel there's anger behind Kitty. Just like Tai Lung. But there's a lot behind Tai Lung. You can feel it, and you get that from the entire movie. But you don't hear. You get the anger, but you don't get anything behind it, really.
Because the movie's trying to balance, other arcs. Yes. And the only characters that did get arcs in this movie is the Commissioner trusting the bad guy, so that's a minor arc.
Yes.
A major arc is out of the team is just Wolf and Snake.
Yes.
And you have the original Crimson. I forgot her name. The original Crimson Paw. The Governor.
The Governor.
Yeah, the Governor. You have the Governor having her arc with Wolf.
Diane.
And I guess the other minor arc is just the pig and the crow. With their relationship with the main person, that doesn't
that doesn't
come through until the shuttle. Once they see Snake and Snake outside. Well, once they notice the bad guys are in space with them, the original bad guys are in space with them. That's when they question their loyalty to Kitty,
which almost just again comes out of nowhere, and it just feels again it was a very soft, predictable thing to do.
I can see it for Crow because she was flirting with Snake the whole time.
One of them
the pig wasn't that developed throughout the whole time, but
no.
I guess it didn't bother me that much. They were just minor. They were just minor arcs, and the movie was just paying attention to the people I mentioned.
There was also this in the background. Again, this other thread that's not really touched on, where Wolf has to, it's nothing's happening. The people still see them in this way. They still see them in this negative perception. And again, Kitty's over here telling them, hey, look, they're... For a moment, it rings in almost true to Wolf for a second. And, it's okay, good. I'm glad that you have the Diane there. Diane tells him, no, that's bullshit. I'm here. I'm doing this way. It takes a while, but they'll warm up to you. But that could have been a bigger conflict mentally. And it's like, again, there's so much good in this movie.
I was getting impressed by the movie's story.
Yes.
I'm still am, but like,
absolutely. But
I wish that we had a direction where Wolf actually made the choice, where they made the wrong choice, because that's where it looked like it was going. But then he was like, "Nah, fine, let's leave." And it's like, and then like you find out they're a step ahead of them their whole time. But like, I rather than their downfall was Wolf just getting like sucked in again.
Agreed. Yeah, I thought that's where it was going to go. I will say, good job on the marketing for tricking us, because I thought that's where it was going to go through the original trailer kind of.
Oh no, I'm glad like there was actually a reason for them to stay around than just like getting beat up, because in the marketing, they show they got captured by the bad girls.
Yes.
But then they didn't show them why they're gonna while they're staying around. 'Cause I thought the original thing was, oh, they're gonna threaten to fucking kill them or beat them up or something. And it's like, that's not enough. And it's like, oh, they have actual dirt on the governor, somebody who they actually care about. It's like, okay, that is actual stakes.
Right.
And then it's like, and that also makes them good characters, because that's stakes that's not personal to them. They're trying to protect somebody.
Agreed. Yes.
So I do like that angle.
1000%. Again, I thought killed it. Final note, I will say this movie does something that the last movie didn't. Daniel Pemberton did the soundtrack or the score for the last movie. I thought it was great throughout the original movie. I still remember it's very charming and fun and flows through, especially with the action sequences. For some reason, they do needle drops here, and they kind of lower the volume for those needle drops.
I don't remember.
But they do needle drops in moments of action.
And
it's like
the last one we have needle drops. I don't remember.
Not real. No. Usually, again, it was mostly the score. It was mostly the Pemberton score. That was Pemberton, right? Let me make sure I have that right. That was Daniel Pemberton. I thought, again, just any needle drops here are unnecessary, because you feel like you enjoy you're in this movie. The score is great enough. You get these moments with these characters. You don't need to have some needle drop moment when they're doing, badass kicking ass, like, because the score already does a lot for it. Yeah. All right. So before we wrap this up here, I do want to say box office. This is we're coming into the second week here as of our recording. However, this might be the end of the bad guys, because you might be right. You might have been right, Mark. I was predicting, this is the movie of August. Like, this is for families. There is no competition for this fucking movie. Like, there's no competition, or so I thought. Bad Guys 1 made $87 million, $87 million on its opening weekend globally. This was back in April of 2022. Bad Guys 2, $51 million opening weekend in August. This is bad. You never want to see a sequel do that much worse than the original, and it's doing way worse than the original.
Two aspects I can theorize is one, Superman and Fantastic Four just came out, so those families who take trips every once in a while already spent their trip tickets on that. Mm-hmm. Second,
you got one more? You know where I'm going? Why even go to the theater at all? What's been number one on the biggest platform for the past month?
Fucking Demon Hunters?
I genuinely think there might be just a vague amount of, why the fuck do we need to even go right now?
Well,
we went to Lilo and Stitch. K-pop we've got K-pop at home, and kids are fucking eating that shit.
Well, another thing is,
I genuinely think
when did the first one come out?
First one came out in April 22. That had, I believe, more competition.
I guess more families nowadays are just we'll wait for it at home.
Well, but people were doing that during COVID too. That's the thing. It's 22 was it wasn't that's why it's bad here. Is you're coming off of COVID in 22, and you are well past COVID in 25, and it's worse. So, again, and just to put it in context, Elio had Pixar's worst opening weekend. And this is not too far off from Elio.
Is it making a comeback, or is that still Phil?
No, it didn't make back its budget yet. That's how bad it is. It has not made $150 million.
Lilo and Stitch is putting in the extra work for it. That movie's doing overtime.
Yeah. So
actually, I think they still had more showtimes than fucking Elio.
It's technically Lilo and Stitch is definitely still making more than Elio right now. Because if you look at Box Office Mojo and you go through their dailies, it's on Saturday. At least on Saturday, it's Lilo and Stitch is still. It's not making $1 million a day anymore, but it's making more than Elio.
It's again, the movie's doing overtime to make up for where Elio is just slacking off on its shifts.
Sadly and scarily, yeah. All right, that was Bad Guys 2. We'll
It's also
see,
making
guys.
up for Snow White this early.
I almost forgot. Yeah, I guess that's a good makeup point. Yeah.
Disney was like earlier, you're like, well, I guess we're done with these live action Never mind.
All right, let's wrap.
What was that? What we didn't talk about are like our overall like scores like with this movie, because like
We didn't put a score on Bad Guys. I mean, the next.
well, not score, but like I was just gonna close. It's just like I enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
It's not like one of my favorite DreamWorks movies ever, or one of my favorite anime movies this year, as I just mentioned. But like, it was still very fun. And definitely like I would say like, I mean, it's not much, but like in a top 5 of animated movies this year, if it's not in the top 3. But I still really enjoyed it. It just didn't make me laugh out loud all that much, and like even though like there's not parts of the story I really dislike, it doesn't really hit me that much. It was just an enjoyable ride for me, and like I would put it on par as like this so far the Bad Guys franchise. I would put it on par with the Madagascar franchise, where like the old.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
like the first one was a good start. I really enjoyed. It was a fun ride, and then like the sequels kind of upped the ante a lot more, and they like progressively gotten better.
Well, that
and
the
even though they're
ensemble
like, and Madagascar aren't the best DreamWorks movies and not the best anime movies ever, but they're just fun rides, and this is why I feel for this one.
But I think the Madagascar comparison is perfect, because I mean, you've got a comedic ensemble. Which again, I know there's way more comedy in Madagascar, but you've got a comedic ensemble. You've got an interesting and unique art, like character design. Like that's the thing with Madagascar is, if you remember that original, it's like that had a really unique character design.
Oh yeah, like what I can say like between both is where Madagascar excels in comedy, Bad Guys excels in animation.
Yes, and action. I'd say if we're gonna do, because they're both
That goes with
animated.
animation.
Yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right. Because
I mean,
it's an animated.
Bad Guys has
Sorry,
comedy
it's an animated
so,
movie, so it's like it's kind of tough.
Yeah,
You say that it's like, but Madagascar was good at using animation. It was.
yes, but like Bad Guys is way better at it. As in Madagascar, I think
In comedy. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Even though both have both, but like each one has does a better thing.
Both have both. Yeah. Yeah, I thought again. I think for me, this is like again. It's promising to see that DreamWorks is continuing to do great filmmaking. However, if this financial status continues to go the way it does, then we're done with Bad Guys, and we're off to now Shrek 5 and trying to do more sequels to old shit, and it doesn't look that good. But I love everything about this. I love the progression of the characters. I love the action sequences. I love the espionage. Again, I love the chemistry between the cast at this point. I wish we would get 4 or 5 more of these.
Yes.
I would love that.
The only thing I'd say that's like
just the villain.
Missing from this one. Even though like this is a different movie. This is a very high energy movie from the first one. The only thing I wish they would like. I hope they work into like the third movie they make one is the first one had like very fun mellow moments, and those mellow moments I think about is the intro and the outro. The intro is just Snake and Wolf talking at a table, and then it just like pans around and you see like everyone scared, and that was like that's a very fun shot, and that's a very fun sequence. It's like they're just having like a mellow conversation, Pulp Fiction style.
Yes.
And it's like there's no background music, no energy or nothing, and it's just like it's a fun moment. And then like the ending, which the only thing they fucked up on is not having the credits there, is when they're just like out. They finally get out of jail, and they're just standing outside the building and just talking.
Yes.
And it has the vibe of like an indie movie, and it's like I don't think they can work with this kind of high energy plot everywhere within the second movie. They probably couldn't work it in. But like if they do like more, they need to find a way to work those kind of mental moments in. 'Cause I really love those moments.
That was such a cool part of the tone of Bad Guys 1. It was just having those moments. Even when they were at their base, it's like you had those. It wasn't as quick.
Yeah.
As in this movie, and that's good. I'm glad you just went back and kind of reminded me there, because it's like that was such a core point to the original. It's like again, you're just feeling out these characters in the setting. It's like
that's just because like even though I talk about how I love that the chase scene in the first one, I love the way it just starts off, and it's just like a very fun conversation. You think it's just Wolf and Snake talking, and I just love the camera reveal where it's like, no, there's a fuck ton of people there, but they're just like hiding in the corner, scared of them.
Yep.
I also love the fourth wall break in both movies where, like, in the first movie, was like, Wolf, like, come here! What are you scared? Scared of a wolf? And then, like, the second movie, it's more of, like, he hasn't seen it in a while, like, what are you doing? Get over here! Come on, let me talk to you! Hey, we're doing fine! And, like, I love those little intros. Like,
1000%. Yeah. Again, I love this franchise. I wish that, again, it would...
I think you get, like... If it keeps going and it keeps getting better, like, it can get to, like, a Puss in Boots Last Wish level if they, like, keep trying to excel from where they are.
I'm with you. If people go to watch it, they've got the month. There's nothing else coming out within the month.
Maybe fully by popularity, it probably makes it to...
People keep online. People theorize, okay, maybe this will just make more money on the back end because Bad Guys 1, even though it did make a solid amount of money, Bad Guys 1 still made a ton of money post when it released, onto streaming platforms. Maybe the same thing, but at this point in 2025, it can't be the game of, well, it'll make money, maybe. It's like, no, like, they're not putting that shit out in theaters or, for it to maybe make money. Like, that's not the game here.
Streaming fucked up everything because, like, not only it's like, do people just not go to theater for certain movies because they just wait for them to come on streaming?
Yeah.
You can't expect the movie to, like, make back is money through DVD sales anymore. Because also that used to be a factor with certain movies.
Oh, fuck no.
And, like, movies get, like, sometimes word of mouth happens after theater run, and then people, like, fucking buy those DVDs. They like fucking hotcakes, and that can't happen anymore. People just tune in to streaming. Okay. And you don't know how much those numbers actually help towards the development of, like, a new thing.
No, not one bit.